Chris has learned to control what he can in this game of cat and mouse. But weather is an animal of its own. Change will come. Until then, he focuses on the details. Every decision, every moment, until Mother Nature decides the time is right.
So here's the deal. I'm out here basically checking this area right now. This is an area that we haven't really done a lot of research on. I'm taking this evening. We got 80-degree weather temperatures, which is ridiculous right now. And it's a dead south wind bringing in all these warm temperatures. The spot that I want to be at in the junkyard is not really conducive for that. So what I've decided to do is there's going to be a cold snap tomorrow. And it's supposed to drop down to 69. That's a big shift. Deer are going to be up on their feet. So I'm just letting that go for this evening. I don't want to pressure it too hard. I'm taking tonight just to kind of figure this out. And I found some natural scrapes on a ditch that connects a couple of things. So I'm just going to put a camera out and throw the Reconics out there on a natural scrape. I'm just basically getting ready for the cold snap instead of pressuring them and trying to get in there and force it. It's not worth it. So I'm just going to do some more intel.
Two eyes can't cover a 4,000-acre tract on their own. Cameras see what the man's eye can miss. An irreplaceable instrument in the pack of every serious whitetail hunter. Deer camp means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. For the coming months, home is where the hunt is. Chris settles in, knowing soon his brother will be there to balance the fireside meal and jumpstart the rivalry in Kansas.
Well, here it is, first morning in the stand. It is an absolute gorgeous morning. Fog has kind of rolled in, making it a little bit difficult to see, but turkeys and does are already moving. The spot that I'm sitting this morning is basically a cedar row right in the middle of what we're calling the junkyard. I've got about 6 cedar trees in a row. I'm right in the middle of this transition area, and I can pretty much shoot both sides. I scouted from a distance, and we've got a good deer. We're calling Petey Pablo. He's a good slick 10, big old buck. He's been using kind of this as a staging area. We've been watching from a distance and watching him go in here, so we know he's coming into here. It's just a matter of time, I hope. But it's early in the season. The homework is done, and it feels good to be in a tree. That I do know. Nice looking buck right there. It's an 8. Wow. Man, I got the heart pumping right there. It's the first buck I've seen on the hoof, and it's the first hit. That's a good old buck. That's a mature buck. I do not have that deer on camera, which is another good sign. Things are looking good. The fog's blowing out of here. We're in our morning stand. Now it's time to switch out and hit the evening stand. I've never been much of a drinker.
Chris shifts gears after a morning encounter proved fruitless with no clear shot. He's decided to make the most of every minute while the deer bed down to escape the midday heat.
And I don't like staying out all night long, but every now and then, here I go again. I tried to stay out of trouble. Here I go again, going down again. The fog is cleared, and this weather has definitely changed. This morning was amazing. Seeing a buck for the first time like that this year, like getting into it, getting the heartbeat was great. First hit of the year to have an encounter like that is always awesome. With the wind shifting, we're back up on top. We've got a night sit up here, the pole saw stand. It's pretty cool. It overlooks the CRP field behind me. Big CRP field. These deer are using it to travel from point to point. And they also just bed out there in the middle of the day, so you never know. I mean, bucks have been known to just stand up right in the middle of the field. We need this warm front to move out of here because the timing is coming into effect. That timing on that kill factor is happening. Halloween is around the corner. We just need weather in our favor, but right now, it's not. I've been here a couple days now, being able to scout. Casey just got in from Alberta last night, so he's taking the night to do a little gas and glass. He will be in a stand first thing tomorrow morning. And we will both be hunting on Kansas, the 4K property.
It's the first night here in Kansas. Chris is in the stand over there. It's a little bit warm. I'm not liking this heat at all right now. This heat is just unreal, and it's only supposed to get worse. I'm out here scouting, just kind of looking over this bean field. Just been kind of bouncing around, doing some glassing here and there all night. Haven't been able to see much. This heat's got them down. Starting to get some kill factors to line up, but weather's not one of them. We got intel. We definitely have wind. Weather is not one of them. So hopefully Chris is at least seeing something over there where he's at.
He just stood up. Just what we thought was going to happen. It's that laid out 9 from the north. Yes, there. Look at him. Oh, he looks good. He's an older buck, too. There he goes off to the left. I'm not even going to mess with him. I'll just let him do his thing. He doesn't seem to be too interested. He's working his way all the way to the north. He's headed home. Well, my first day in Kansas is coming to a close, and it was a good day. We saw a buck tonight, as anticipated, just stood up right out in the middle of that CRP. He's a good buck that we have on camera. He's on the Reconyx hyperfires that we have up to the north of the property. We've got him kind of moving along the edge of the timber up there, so he's not far from his home, which is good. I like seeing bucks being comfortable in their own zones here, so that's good. But at the end of the day, we wrap it up. First day in Kansas in the books, and the rivalry is just beginning. Tomorrow's a new day, and we're after the big boy.
The setting sun serves as a reminder. Tomorrow is a blank slate with new opportunities. The thrill of the first sit is unmatched. The jitters, the hope of what's to come. The feeling is shared by all and forgotten by none.
Well, that's a pretty uneventful morning. We're as excited as I was to get into a whitetail stand down here in the Midwest. I just got slammed in the face with warm weather and high winds. The winds haven't even really moved in yet. They're kind of just starting. But that's the game we play. That's how it goes. I don't have a lot of hope for these next few days, especially when I start looking at my kill factors and trying to break it down. I don't have weather in my favor. Timing is kind of starting to get into my favor. We don't have food in our favor on this farm. I mean, there's not a lot of things that are really lining up right now. But it will, eventually, with a little bit of patience, it will. So about the best that I can do is just keep after him. Keep checking trail cameras. Keep looking at aerials. Keep using the intel that we're getting on the ground to try to hone in on that big deer. For now, we'll just keep after it, see what the fall brings.
Well, I'm back in the junkyard stand, and in typical whitetail fashion, as they say, you zig, they zag. Hung the stand thinking it was going to be a good morning spot. I was going to leave it alone in the evenings after getting in and checking the ultrafire. A couple nice bucks, one shooter for sure that I've been looking for, an old 9. Came right on through, perfect daylight. Right up on some does, dogging them. So encouraging and discouraging all at the same time. I should have been in this stand, but at the same time, I didn't know he was going to walk 20 yards in front of it, or I would have been in the stand. All part of the fun. The rivalry has begun in the junkyard.
Kansas is one small piece of the Midwest whitetail puzzle. Across state lines in every direction, thousands of eager hunters are arriving to the arenas of fall. Jason Brown has recently rolled into Missouri to meet up with longtime friend Jeff Chillman. Their first order of business is to gather as much intel as they can before the evening sit.
It's a magical time of the year. It's my first sit in Missouri. We're on the front edge of a cold front coming through over the next 3-4 days. It's starting to cool down. It's been warm. There's a great buck in this area. A paint frame 8 that's got a drop tine and some trash. Beautiful buck. Man, it's November. Anything can happen. Front edge of a cold front. Down here for about 2 weeks. Gonna make her happen. Welcome to November.
Jason has joined the waiting game. With no deer on their feet, he has no choice but to ride it out until the cold front rolls in. Meanwhile, Chris continues to sweat it out on the 4K in Kansas.
Well, the saga continues in Kansas. The weather is continuing to be hot. I know everybody's getting the same weather. I know the deer really don't care. The problem is that it's created a southwest wind, which, for the way this property lays out, is not exactly ideal for any of these stands. Especially from where I'm hunting a couple of shooters. I got 3 or 4 bucks in here that are just good bucks, and I don't want to pressure them by getting in here and ruin it with the wrong wind. So I'm just trying to gather intel. I need that kill factor in my favor. The more intel I can gather, the better. Right now, I'm on the backside, up on a place we call Capitol Hill. We got a cold front coming in on Thursday. That's 2 days from now. So I basically have 2 more days of straight intel, doing my homework and preparing. Because once Thursday hits, it's going to be a low of 45 degrees, which right now the low is 70. So, I mean, it's a big difference. These deer are going to be moving like crazy. At some point, the power of the rut is going to take over, and it's not going to matter how hot it is. These deer are definitely going to move, but I'm not rushing it. Hunt smarter, not harder. That's what they say.
Ain't life grand just chillin' me and you? High life party on a sunny afternoon. Let's make out, let's do Chinese food. Babe, I love days like today. Walk the dogs down a backwoods trail. Don't worry about the bills we didn't mail. Let's dream about the ship we're about to sail. Babe, I love you.
I figured out what these little loops are for. Yeah, but now that's my top part. I got a little too tight in my holster.